Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name is Aaron, joined as always with Travis from Howie Games and Cody from Stealing Life. How are you? How is life? How is the world treating your face?
I'm upset.
Oh, well, okay. That was,
all right, we're getting into it.
A fast transition there. Went directly from could have been anything to
for the whole
immediate
podcast.
Negativity. That's what we need. That's what this world needs, Cody. We need more negativity. We just need to pile it on like a negativity cake.
You know, yesterday I was saying this world is just too damn positive all the time.
Yeah. Like a very rich, layered chocolate cake. Of German chocolate cake that's super negative.
I hate German chocolate.
You know what? I love German chocolate cake.
So
yeah,
gross.
I love German chocolate cake. You're wrong.
It's so gross.
You're gross.
It's
Look at
very
your
good.
face. It's nasty.
It's just layers upon layers of chocolate and cake.
And I like the little coconut bits on the top.
and whatever the brown gooey stuff is. Some sort of caramel.
I think it's just brown sugar. Yeah.
I don't think it's caramel.
Some sort of sugary nonsense.
Diabetes.
It is. It's all sorts of diabetes.
You know why I'm upset though?
Okay. Why?
Sure.
Why?
I have to pay attention for the whole podcast.
What? Oh, that's so sad.
The WoW servers are down right now.
Oh no! What will you do?
I don't know.
Your friends?
I have to listen to you two talk.
Could this actually be the first podcast where Travis actually pays attention the entire time? What a world!
It's gonna be terrible.
What a world that we live in. What a time to be
lot of
alive.
Interruptions, really. That's all.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, maybe this whole time me and Cody have been thinking, oh, it's so rude, but actually, it's actually good that he doesn't pay attention because he just gets fucking stupid. But who knows? We're gonna find out. We're gonna take this adventure with us.
What's happening with your hair?
It's gross.
Yeah.
I was just curious if there's a plan with your hair.
Oh, the plan is chaos. He is the man of chaos. He is to summon the Kraken and it comes out in his hair follicles.
Well, because
the Kraken.
Alicia and some of her peoples told me that washing your hair every day is bad.
It depends on who you are. People say that, but the thing is if you're an especially oily person like I am, I have to take a shower every day, or else my hair will look stringy and disgusting, especially when I have so much
I think
of it,
that's kind of what's going on right now with me, is it just looks disgusting. Now I look sexy. Yeah. There we go. That was it. I just had to push it over that way.
Hell yeah. That's perfect. Now you're like Pudgy Markiplier. It's perfect.
Pudgiplier.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Hey, I lost, if
not
my scale's
Asian.
right, and it's not just because water weight, I've lost 7 pounds.
Since when?
A month.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. I've been doing the gym and trying to watch what I eat for about a month now.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I dig it. I am totally down with that. So, I actually have things.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, look at me doing the stuff and whatnot. Usually we could be like, oh, we'll just fucking go for it, guys. But I have topics. Oh my
God.
I would just like to take a moment to say that we've reached a milestone in podcast land, and you'll get this a month afterwards. No, I'm going to edit them all this week because Aaron's going to get them to me super fast, and we'll have 3 episodes this week. It'll be crazy.
Hey, to be fair, last week I was good. I was a good boy.
Yeah, you did. I was bad last week. That was true. But this is the 101st episode.
Woo!
Woo!
All right. So, it had come to my attention
it came
mere days ago that the baby, and I know someone has probably heard about this already.
Is come.
I'm already regretting.
Yeah.
I'm already regretting that he's
somebody
not.
Fix the WoW servers.
Yeah, so bring the servers back. I'm already over this.
God
Fuck
damn
it. Fuck this.
I found a chip on my desk.
That might be extremely disgusting.
It's jalapeno.
Okay,
and
so
several years old.
what are we talking about?
All right, so everyone remembers the cover of Nirvana's Nevermind album.
Story.
Yeah.
I know the story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here we go. So the guy that the picture was of, he was like a baby and whatnot. You know, when he was a little
Can you
bit.
just not with the voice?
It was naked, you know, and the baby is naked. Just weird, you know. But it was
So bad.
It's 1993, so
That's such
it's
a
like,
weird fucking cover.
it is.
It really
But
is.
it's very obvious what it's trying to say, you know.
Is it?
And we like naked
Yeah,
babies.
that
Throw
we're,
your baby
like-
in a pool and see if he'll fish out $1. I agree.
I know
Little
all of you
bastards
are
are
smarter
money
than these two. I know you are,
Baby
so I
in a
appreciate
pool.
that. Just so you know.
You'll fish out $1.
But here's the thing: the
the
guy
shirt
is
for the
pretty
week.
much our exact age, and he's 30, or no, he's 30,
Is he?
and so he's basically
So we're older.
our yeah, well, basically,
I'm older.
yeah. Well, no, me and Cody are both 31.
Yeah.
Are we all 31?
You're-
Oh, yeah, I'm 32
You're
this
not
year.
that
You're gonna be
much
32
older
this
than
year.
us,
So
but-
I know, but I forget things. I have CT
he was
that you
4
gave
months
me.
old when he originally
That's not how it works.
was in the picture, you know. But the thing is now he's suing him for
$48 million.
for some ridiculous amount of money. Yeah.
Is it because he
It's
inhaled
something
water
stupid.
being underwater as a baby?
No, it's because it is
Oh.
for child pornography.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Did he
The thing
actually be underwater as a baby? Did they do that?
What?
Was he actually underwater as a baby, or did they like suspend him?
It was a real photo, dude.
I think
It was
just-
1992.
yeah.
Yeah, they had to take an actual photo.
Then what's crazy to me is, as a baby, he's like smiling underwater and not like.
It really wasn't much of a smile because he was 4
A
months
little
old,
grin.
so it was just more like
Just baby face.
babies
I'm
like
blissfully unaware of my own mortal danger.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just baby face.
I found
Has no
another
clue
chip.
what's going on. Oh my god. We need
I
to
leave
fix
myself
Wow.
Anyway,
snacks.
so my thing is like he's 30 now, and just now he's like, that's child pornography. And I was like, wait, no, okay, yeah, that's not how this works. You don't get to like choose 30 years later to be like, oh yeah, no, that was porn.
Well,
I
not to
mean,
mention this guy was okay with it enough up until this point that he recreated the photo every so often.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
So there's
saw
a
him
whole
do that.
collage of him redoing it every single time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know
so he
exactly.
can't be that bothered by it. But money.
I know exactly what happened. I guarantee you, because the world has changed and everyone feels differently about everything. Some lawyer called him. That's guaranteed what happened. Some lawyer called him and he was like, "Hey, let me tell you something. You could probably make a lot of money. You want to make a lot of money? I bet you do. You probably haven't done shit with your life.
bet you do."
All you will ever have is that one picture, and you should make money off of it. You know how? Porn. Everything's porn. It's always porn. So
It
what
does
you're
show
gonna
his
do
dick.
is, yeah, but
It does.
The world saw his dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird fucking.
it's
cover.
a weird photo. Sure,
It's real weird.
but
I'd want a couple $1 million if the world saw my dick.
if I was that dude, I'd be suing too. I can't judge him. But I also
Yeah, and
wouldn't have
that's the thing,
recreated the
I
photo
don't-
six
sue your
times.
fucking parents. They're the ones who put you in the picture.
Parents don't have
Well,
Nirvana
and
money.
me,
What are you,
That's
stupid?
all you guys.
even if
What are
I'm
you,
mad at my
high?
parents, I'm not going to sue them. What do I
They don't have
get?
any fucking money, dude.
But like realistically, even if he's not that mad about it, I can appreciate the money grab because like yeah, you have a case. You know,
That's fine. Yeah, I hope he gets money.
I just think it's stupid.
you
that
know,
we're just
you
like-
know he's not that bothered by it. You know that.
Well, of course not.
No,
he doesn't
just
give a
wants
shit.
money.
He just
This
wants
is
money.
Yeah, this is money, and 100%
Which apparently they never asked permission to use that photo
from his parents,
from
or
the,
like
from the article I read.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess that was just a photo that was. I forget where it was taken, but I guess they never actually got permission.
Well, that's different.
To do the
So
same.
If that's
has he
actually
not gotten
true.
any royalties from it at all?
No, he got nothing from that.
Then yeah, I support him even more. See,
But I mean, like, honestly, if he was paid, because they don't give royalties to people on photos, they pay them once, and they pay them for the
weren't
rights.
paid, though.
But it would have been like $50. Like, hey, can I use a picture of your baby on this fucking?
But that happens though, because in the moment, yeah, $50. But you don't ask permission, and then you make a bunch of money. Now it's not $50.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that I understand. Like if you're trying to get back royalties for something that you were never paid for and never asked permission for, sure. But the whole child pornography thing, fuck you.
No, that's just a way to get it.
that's
Yeah,
a hot button word to make sure that you get what you're gonna get. Which props for
That's all. That's a lawyer doing that.
Yeah,
But
that's a
still,
lawyer going, how can I make this the most compelling argument?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
try to
naked
get them
baby
to just
porn.
settle.
Yeah, and the estate will almost certainly just do it just to get it off of the thing because
You know what's kind of wrong about this whole thing?
most things.
Baby dick.
No, is implying that you're suing for child pornography is implying that that album cover has a sexual nature to someone.
Yep. Well, the thing is everything has a sexual nature. People fall in love with cars. You know,
I've seen that.
in
I've
a
seen it.
sexual
Me
way.
and Travis were just talking about that yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
So I mean, everything can be sexual. Do we
Do
want
you
to
watch
just like
Cinnamon
censor?
Toast Kin, Aaron?
I have at times. I don't watch them very often.
Okay, because he did an episode about a guy who fell in love with his car and like was like sexual with it. So I was curious if you'd watch it.
That's
No, I saw
Different.
the car sex guy on Maury or something.
more.
Yeah,
One of
he was
those
on
shows.
Maury. He was on TLC.
Yeah.
He's been on a few things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
it might have been TLC, not Maury.
right. That's where I saw it too.
TLC's got some
Anyway.
good shit on there. It's all drama bullshit, but I love it.
Of course,
It's terrible and I hate it.
it's trash content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
sure.
love it.
I know you do,
I
Travis.
do love me some
because you're a
trash
trash
content.
human.
Mm-hmm. And
I mean,
Dr.
the shit I
Phil.
watch isn't any better.
Dr. Phil.
I hate
Send him to the
Dr.
ranch.
Phil.
Send him to the ranch.
I hate
Send him
Dr.
to
Phil so much.
Knife hand.
Not hands.
Anyway, but yeah, so I guess we got so derailed. There's no real point to that. I'm just upset.
I hope he wins all the money. I hope he becomes Nirvana.
I just hope that
That's what I
because
wanna
now
see happen.
because he's gone for a cash grab and now everyone else is going to go for a cash grab. Everyone's going to assume that now they're going to have to change the photo on that thing. So everyone's going to start charging like $1 million for all the old CDs and records that have the original picture on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bet you the actual records are going to go. I could check eBay right now. I bet you they're probably going to already be spiking.
Probably
little
not
bit,
until
probably.
any decision's been made.
So if he
Oh,
becomes
no.
Nirvana,
It's
do you
gonna be
think he'll
early
change the
motherfuckers.
lyrics to some songs?
I hope he does. Some of those lyrics are bad.
Yeah, he'd be like, with the lights
They weren't meant
out,
to be good though.
baby's
It
naked.
doesn't make it better.
Give me money, and I'll take it.
Baby penis.
Baby.
You know,
Oh my god. Oh, that's awful.
the thing is I'm kind of glad that there's no way we're ever going to make money off this show because this will get demonetized so fast.
You think?
Because we said, like child pornography and baby penis so many times.
And even though we're talking about it in a derogatory way, like it's not a good thing, it would still get demonetized 100%.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
That's okay. If we ever make money from this, it wouldn't be from YouTube anyways.
Yeah, it'd probably be
That's
from
true.
merch from all our
It would be
fantastic
from
shirts.
ads and merch in podcast land, not on YouTube land.
Be from complicated pancakes
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and blind
Why couldn't
sharks
I have
can't
been
read.
exploited at a young age to make money now?
Oh, you were. You just don't know about it yet.
Sucks. I was never on the cover of Nirvana
$160.
for a vinyl. Wow.
Yeah.
But is that? I mean, that's an old record.
Is that
probably
gone
anyways.
up? Yeah, like
Yeah,
is
they're
that
probably going for pretty high before that, anyways,
Yeah.
because that's been out of press for quite a while.
Well, no, they still make new ones.
Yeah, but you need the original.
I don't know if these are original. Though.
First pressing.
I don't know how you're going to be able to tell.
Is that a thing with records? Do they give a shit? Because I know in comics we care.
Mm-hmm.
Like you come to me with a second or third printing, go shove it up your ass.
I think so, especially if Alicia has like a Led Zeppelin one that would be really rare if it was like the first one, but it's not. And I don't know how you tell, but
because they have different cover art.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's anything like comics do a variant cover.
Yeah, and then like the Beatles' White Album. There was the original version where you opened it up and there was a bunch of naked chicks in there.
Yeah.
And that one's extremely valuable. And
because porn?
Well, that and they didn't press it for very long before they were like, hey, we probably shouldn't have a bunch of naked chicks on there.
Yeah.
Did the naked chicks sue?
No, because they were of age and they were
probably paid.
And they probably were paid.
Yeah.
Which makes it more like porn.
It's totally porn.
Did you guys see where Alicia found to put Ganymede? You see him right there?
Uh-huh.
I love that.
That's great.
Cool.
That has a lot to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I was going to bring up a comic book thing because it's similar-ish.
Okay.
When Batman Damned came out, there was a panel where it showed his bat penis. And,
I remember you talking about that.
That got pulled so fucking fast. And instantly that book, like I bought that book cover price and sold it for like $120.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, because people just...
Why did they feel the need to show his bat penis?
It was a Black Label book. Black Label books are adult books. So it's just... he was just naked in one of the scenes. He was getting out of the shower or whatever. But for some reason, because it got banned, people wanted it.
Ban it?
Because...
Bat penis?
So parents are dumb, right?
What? No. Come on.
What they do is they don't pay attention to any ratings or any labels. And then they get mad at the company for them not paying attention to the ratings or the labels.
Yes.
So even though it was Black Label, which is a book that is meant for adult audiences, it's like mature or whatever the fuck, they got it for their kids and then they see bat penis and then they get mad.
Just like with, except for everyone knows better now, but like with GTA. You know, they're like, oh, I bought him this game and it's horrible. It's like, it's mature.
It happened with Deadpool.
Yeah.
When Deadpool came out, they kept saying, don't bring your kids to this.
Yeah, it was even in all the ads. Like, this one isn't for your kids.
Didn't he even address it in the movie? Like, if you brought your kids to this.
When we went to the theater, there were signs up on the doors with Deadpool on it that said, do not take your kids to see this movie. Right. It is not for kids. And we went to the theaters to see it and there was tons of fucking kids and then parents getting mad about the movie.
Oh my God. I can't believe he said that.
Another superhero movie. Like, it's not.
There's boobs. Oh my shit.
Holy fuck.
Like, just pay attention to the fucking ratings and labels if you really care that much.
That is far too much effort, Cody.
People do it with the DC animated movies too.
It's pumpkin spice time.
He's just gonna up and leave for his fucking coffee.
Well, it's okay. The conversation will be better anyway.
Probably. Those DC animated movies that come out that I watch, they're mature. They're rated like teen, whatever the fuck.
PG-13 or whatever.
Yeah, they're rated a little older. But when we used to have a DVD store still, like where you could rent shit.
Don't date yourself.
It wasn't that long ago because Pahrump is very behind the times. So we still had a video store up until like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So this was like 5 years ago. There was like a Starlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starlight Video. Yeah, it was a good store.
Yeah,
I went there all the time. But what the fuck was I talking about? Fuck.
You were talking about the straight to DVD.
The DC movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a new one came out. I forget which one it was, and I was so excited. We'd go to the store. That's what I usually went there for, was the DC movies, because I don't want to buy them. And I went to get it, and there was like a mom with her kid in front of me, and she was letting him pick which one he wanted of those DC movies. And I had to lean over and I was like, those really aren't made for kids. It's like, there's nudity, there's blood, there's cursing.
Right.
She's like, oh, really? It's rated on the fucking box.
Right.
Like, just look at it. Well, why would they do that? I thought it was for kids. No. Just because it's a cartoon?
It's like you realize that there was a time where kids were kids and then they grew up. Right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, let's make some content for the kids that were kids, and now they're no longer kids.
Exactly.
And then they learned to fap to everything that they liked as a kid.
Yeah.
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 No, I mean, he's right.
I mean,
Do I sound okay to you guys?
Why?
Because I sound weird to me.
How so?
I don't know if it's just because I'm weird. I don't know.
Do you guys
sound
like my
distant.
new coffee cup?
Distant?
Do I sound okay to you, though?
No, I think, yeah, it's cool.
Look at that.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know. Whatever.
I paid
should be fine.
$25 for this.
$25. God damn it. For a fucking coffee cup?
Well, I got 2 of them.
Fucking hell. Do I need to move?
Nah,
Is Aaron gone?
Do you want me to swing this a little closer?
No, I'm gonna bump your audio just a hair.
I'm gonna bump your audio.
It sounded
just
fine,
a hair.
Just sounded weird.
Yeah. Well, I think
It's because you're talking stupid again.
Your face.
Now I'm gonna be like hidden behind.
I know, right? It's not too bad. Well,
anywho, yeah, titties and baby dicks.
Titties and baby dicks. There's the
we can't do anything with that one, guys. No, we can't do a thing with that one. No shirts.
Oh, come on.
That's not the title. We're not doing anything with that one.
We could like T asterisk and baby D asterisk.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Why?
I said it and I don't like it.
Just get a shirt that
guys.
says demonetized. Just get a shirt that says demonetized. If I remember correctly.
He's eating more chips.
Don't
do you just
eat.
have a bag of chips,
Don't
or do you
eat
just
during the podcast? That's like one of the very few rules that I ever would say. Just like, please, God.
Oh, yeah,
don't.
because it sounds crunchy because it doesn't have noise cancellation in Sonar.
stupid? And also, it's gross.
It's fucking disgusting.
You did it last week. Or was it the week before?
It wasn't last week. It was a few weeks ago. But yeah, you did do it. But we called him out on it. So
Yep.
we're calling you out on it.
Bruh.
So really, you can't
all
really get mad.
One every 6 months.
I've never eaten on the podcast.
Well, that's because you don't go to your house when we're at the podcast.
I could easily bring food.
And if you eat
I've had food here before.
Aaron gets very aggressive about food he does.
He offers me food like every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's aggressively, though.
He sent me home with a fucking casserole or something the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, which I need to bring back your thing.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, this is fucking stupid and
Was it
boring.
good?
What are we talking about?
Well, I have another topic for you.
Oh, go for it then. It was
I want
good
some
though.
casserole.
Good. It was.
It was not casserole. I can't remember what it was.
It was shepherd's pie. Sweet potato shepherd's pie.
Ooh, I want
It was
that.
good.
Mm-hmm. Go
Was
make
it actually
you big
lamb
fat.
or was it actually lamb?
No, I said it was turkey and sweet potato.
Oh, I heard sweet potato. I didn't hear the turkey part.
Oh, fair enough.
That was a car going by at high speeds.
All of after the podcast last week, me and Cody went down to the comic book shop.
Oh, I spent so much money.
And he spent a lot of money. And that's
and
cool.
you went to work and left him there.
for a minute there, yeah.
Yeah, you did. I was starting to worry. I thought you went on to Vegas.
No.
I was like, I've been here for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, Cody was like, I've been at the coffee shop for like 40 minutes. I'm like, where's Aaron? He's like, you went to work.
I didn't care.
Right.
I was just hanging out. I'd do that anyways.
But I made a purchase. I bought an N64 because I haven't had one before. And so now I have an N64. Nope. I have an original Nintendo in the box. I have a Super Nintendo. I have a Wii, a Wii U, and a Switch. But I did not have an N64.
Do you have a Switch
Did
Lite?
you get the upgraded brain? Please tell me you got the upgraded brain.
No, unfortunately, I did not have the expansion pack.
I think I have an extra one of those, surprisingly enough.
No shit, because I was going to get Donkey Kong 64, but I can't find the fucking expansion pack, and I can't run Donkey Kong 64 without the expansion pack.
I think I have 3 64s, and I know 2 of them have the expansion pack. So
I'll buy that off of you.
I'll have to look. They're in storage, but I'll have to look.
I would very much appreciate that because I checked 3 stores. All of them said they were going to charge me $70.
Yeah,
for
it's
an expansion
really
pack.
expensive for the, like, even when I bought them back in the day, it was like 45. Like, they just got really expensive really fast.
That's fucking crazy.
Or if you find a sealed copy of Majora's Mask, some of those actually had the expansion pack in it.
Oh, That's interesting. Oh yeah, I won't be able to run Majora's Mask either. I did buy Ocarina of Time, which I know you can run. So
you can run that.
But
but that's super cool. Did you get the just original black, or did you get a special one?
Yeah, it was just black. I wish I could have found one of the cool ones.
A Pikachu one, yeah, with the Hey You Pikachu. You remember that?
I remember those. They were yellow and blue.
The controller had a mic on it.
It was so stupid. But
yeah, to be like, "Hey Pikachu," and it didn't work because the game just couldn't pick up your audio. You'd be like, "Fucking Pikachu."
Nintendo's had a lot of that.
They love their weird things.
It's a cool idea, but it doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Right.
And then it's just kind of shit.
It's kind of like the Wii U. Like the Wii was such a good console, and then the Wii U came, and it was like...
Even the Wii wasn't really a great console.
No, the Wii was a pretty good console.
Especially as far as party games
but you don't like
go.
Things.
You don't like party games, and you don't have friends. You're a lonely boy.
You don't like things.
Oh, the point of me bringing that up, though, was I found out, and I should have figured, but there is a lot of reproduction cartridges out there. Like a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was this prevalent. I always assumed that people would get one of those, the aftermarket cartridges that you put like an SD card into and you could load a shitload of ROMs, which is cool as shit. But I went to 3 different retro game stores and I was just trying to find a copy of Donkey Kong 64. And the first one, they were very super upfront about it. And they're like, oh yeah. So I'm like, wow, that thing's in really good shape. Like, yeah, it's $35 into reproduction. I'm like, okay. Well, no. And then I went to a different section of the same store and they're like, okay, yeah, that's also a reproduction. And I'm like, why'd you make it? Because the Donkey Kong that I saw originally was the yellow version, right? The one on the special version or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, whatever. You can get the nicer version that's kind of fake. And I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. But and I looked for the other one they have, and then it's just like it's the normal afterprint version, but it's also a reproduction. I'm like, what? Why? Why would you choose to do that? It's just a different stupid. And then I went to a different store and they had a silver version that was just sitting there in pretty good condition, not great, but it was like $40. I'm like, okay, that seems about right. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. And then she's like, oh, by the way, that's a reproduction cartridge. I'm like, why? Why did you charge more for the beat up reproduction of the silver version?
Because it looks authentic.
It does. It looks authentic, but it's stupid.
Yeah,
and
that is really annoying.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
Did you guys see what John... I'm sorry to interrupt, but you guys are fucking corrupting my fans on my channel, sir. Did you see go look at General, what Johnny D posted. We got some fan art. I saw. That was great. That fan art is amazing. And on top of that, I love that your cash hat. It looks like it's 3D. Like old school 3D.
3D. Yeah.
And it's great.
It's a great picture.
It is.
Okay. I want to know if he drew that.
Someone drew it.
Because that's my favorite. Like that needs to be the thumbnail. Did he put
a caption with it or anything?
He said, I thought my life turned out such a wonderful way. I could buy thousands of dollars worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I thought nothing could ever happen to me. And then I said, listen, money makes me invulnerable.
Oh, fuck. I like it.
Yeah.
I hope he did draw that himself.
Someone did.
It's good.
And it's definitely him.
It's good.
Fucking
God damn, that's funny.
You're a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh wizard with a cash hat. You make your monies off the Yu-Gi-Oh and got your monocle and you're all fancy and shit. It's great.
Big ballin' Travis.
But yeah, my big journey last week too is I really just wanted to find fucking Donkey Kong 64 because I have.
That's a hard one.
Yeah,
that's a hard one to
apparently
find.
So. They had like 5 reproduction cartridges over at the We Play Games store,
and that's like your best bet too. Is We Play Games is like one of the most prevalent retro places in Vegas anymore.
Mm-hmm. but they didn't have any.
There's an east and a west location for them. You know that?
Yeah, I went to both.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I was distraught, and I really wanted to just play Donkey Kong 64. How much is that just
straight ass online? Like if you buy not a reproduction,
like $70. But I can't now. I'm afraid that they're gonna send me a reproduction, and I won't have any way of telling.
Right.
I'm sure if you open it, you could probably figure it out pretty quickly, but I wouldn't know what I'm looking for just yet.
Yeah,
I had that happen with my one of my Zelda games, the Minish Cap. Yeah. Because
why the fucking pause with the stupid face?
The Minish Cap.
Yeah. Because it was such an obscure game. Because like that's the thing. I like to have all the Zelda games. Like I have the Oracle of Ages Seasons, Legend of the Windfish, all that good shit.
Wait, back it up. What was that one?
The Legend of the Windfish.
What the fuck is that?
That's a Game Boy game. It's a really old Game Boy game.
Legend of the Windfish.
Yep. And I've played all these and beat them all. Like that's the thing is that I prize myself on. I've beaten every Zelda that there is out there except for Breath of the Wild because I just couldn't get into that one. I don't know why.
That's gonna go on his tombstone.
I finished that one. It was good, dude. You should try.
It didn't have any story. Again. Like you had to find the story by going.
It had as much story as any of the other Zeldas do.
Yeah, how much story really is there?
No,
there's like a girl, and then there's like an evil guy, and you gotta go smack the evil guy.
The girl,
yeah,
Zelda.
Well, I'm saying that's what the story is, right? There's a girl, and there's an evil guy. You gotta go smack the evil guy.
It has.
Maybe I'll do a fresh. I wonder if I could record the fresh playthrough and like hook it up to my PC and just be like, okay, series, and that's how I'll make myself do it.
Yeah, do it.
I want to play that game. I never played it.
I really enjoyed it.
You sold your Switch, so you don't get to.
I did because the Switch was fucking stupid.
Shun the non-believer.
I hated it so much.
I need new nunchucks for my Switch.
Yeah,
wow.
Weird, right? Weird.
But that was and how I could tell Aaron immediately is I got the cartridge. It felt light. And I was looking at it and I pushed my thumb against the graphic and it immediately just popped off.
It's lame.
Yeah.
It's really lame.
Yeah, so that was a reproduction. I also had a reproduction of Pokemon Yellow that done that way.
Yeah, it's lame too.
Ooh, new drivers.
One thing that you...
There's new drivers for NVIDIA out right now.
Oh, that's just riveting.
Yeah, I get distracted by notifications.
The one thing I was going to say was at We Play Games West, I think is the one I was at, there was a copy of Majora's Mask Master Quest, which obviously didn't exist on N64.
For the GameCube?
No, for N64. Yeah, it didn't actually exist.
Yeah, so somebody made a reproduction for the 64. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It was the disk drive version, right? The N64 DD, and then they ported it back into N64. But they must have done a fair bit of coding to make that work right and not be janky as fuck.
Well,
right?
yeah, because it would have been extremely difficult because with there was originally for the 64, like you said, there's supposed to be a disk drive that went on the bottom of it, kind of like how the GameCube had the little thing that went on the bottom for the Game Boy games.
Yeah.
But that never came to fruition because they just decided it was too costly. But that itself also had another expansion of RAM, I believe. Like, you know,
and
it
had a clock built into it.
And so go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just would have been incredibly difficult to put that all into a cartridge and make the system run it rather than because it doesn't have any more RAM. It doesn't have any more hardware, you know? So
but that was the beauty of cartridges, right? Is you could put the hardware into the cartridge and force the console to be better, which is like super, super cool. Because, I mean, there was a lot of games on the Super Nintendo that couldn't have ran. Like Star Fox had a bunch of shit that was built into the cartridge that helped the console run it, which is like a really interesting concept, especially nowadays where everyone's just like, you know, you download the game, you just play it, right? You know, back in the day, we had physical hardware that could actually upgrade your console just by putting it in. It's pretty cool. I kind of find that really interesting, and it's a relic of the past that we're just never going to get back. We're never going back to that.
Yeah,
no,
you guys watched
cool little add-ons for your systems. That's
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched the Netflix show? Fuck, what's it called? Fuck my ass.
Well, it's an
I've never
interesting
heard of that
title.
show.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. There's a
It's
show.
really long titled. It's still going.
Okay, so there's a show on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called, but it's all about video games, like the history of video games.
Oh, cool.
And it starts
That'd be
with
neat.
like, it starts all the way back to like Atari and all the way through, and then it ends after like I think it ends after like Doom comes out.
Which Doom?
The first Doom.
Probably sick.
Oh, okay.
The PC Doom.
The first Doom. But it's really interesting because it goes into, there's an episode on Star Fox, like you're talking about, with the little chip that made it run better. Because that was actually, the guy that came up with that didn't work for Nintendo. He worked for a different company that wanted to make a game for Game Boy, and he was able to make like a 3D looking game that ran on a Game Boy, and then he took it to Nintendo and they offered him a job,
right?
And he made
That's
Star
cool.
Fox.
Yeah, because that was the point of that chip, was to allow it to run 3D games, because
and
otherwise
they-
it couldn't.
When he went to Nintendo first, they said it's not possible what he's talking about, so he just showed him.
It's like, yeah, well, fuck you.
Yeah, he just basically hacked into the Game Boy and made it work. And
Which,
then that's what they
to
started doing.
start with Game Boy, and not the powerful console, but like the shitty little Game Boy, you know you're making a statement there.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, well, I can make it
Well,
work
I was
on the
gonna
fucking
say, yeah,
Game
you get a
Boy.
hold of a 64 with 64 bits of RAM. Holy shit! Then you know you got like 10 times the power of a Game Boy. Of course, you can make it work on that.
But they still needed to, add that little chip that made it actually run, because it wouldn't run the way they had it built.
No, of
You know
course
what
not.
was another fun, really obscure little upgrade for consoles that a lot of people didn't know about or have?
What's that?
Aaron, you know about this one. It was like a hard drive upgrade for the PlayStation 2 that you had to get to play Final Fantasy online.
It was Final Fantasy 11, and the game was so big that they couldn't fit it on like one disc. So you had to buy a fucking hard drive.
God damn.
A whole hard drive, the whole expansion bay that no one ever used. If you pull my my PlayStation right now, it's got a giant expansion bay, and it's got jam-packed full of a hard drive in there, and it has network as well. So it has an Ethernet port and a dial-up port. And so I don't remember how big the hard drive is. I can't imagine it's very big. It's probably, I don't know, like 500 megs or something like that. It was like massive for the time, right? But that game was huge, right? And Final Fantasy 11 is just, it was a really, really, really cool game. And it was an MMO that ran perfectly on dial-up, which like that's a fucking statement right there, man. Like I ran that thing on 56K and it ran smooth as silk.
Cool.
And it was super cool. And that game was amazing. But yeah, so that's one of those like random ass expansions that you never see.
I
No one
never
ever
played
had it.
that game.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's dead and gone now. Actually, I think some people still do play Final Fantasy 11 on PC, but most people play 14 now.
Yeah.
But
Did you guys see the somebody made a demo of Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine or whatever the fuck?
what?
And it
I've
looks
seen
fucking
that, yeah.
crazy.
They
Yeah.
did that with World of Warcraft too. It was really neat.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. That's
The Unreal-
freaking cool.
Unreal Engine makes everything look awesome.
Which Unreal though? Is it 5?
I don't know. They just say Unreal Engine on them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it said 4.
4? Okay.
I think
4's been out for quite a while.
I think it said 4. The video I was watching. I don't know, but it looked cool as shit, and it made me want a fucking game like that.
Right? Seriously.
I don't get bored because Zelda sucks, but anyways.
Throwing some serious shade over
Yeah,
here.
I'm not a big Zelda guy. He's distracted.
I just, it's something that's so very triggering for someone, especially like him.
Yeah.
And just like, I'm just going to ignore it and type.
Yeah, I was expecting him
'Cause
to
I'm a-
hate me forever.
No, that was a work thing. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I was just shitting on Zelda.
Yeah, no, people from work.
He's still just so distracted.
No, it's getting frustrating because people from work have gotten to.
It is getting frustrating
to the point where they'll contact me on my social media to get a hold of me. Like I leave my phone out there, but they'll contact me like on Facebook or anything just to try to get a hold of me to answer questions. And it gets frustrating. I apologize.
That's okay. You didn't miss anything. Like I said, I was just shitting on Zelda games.
Well, fuck you. You're a big dumb
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I was waiting for, was you to get angry. Call me stupid because I'm not a big Zelda fan.
You don't have to be a fan. Just don't shit on it, okay? It's like when people shit on things and I don't like it. You know, that's
fucking. It's like when, they make fun of things and I don't like that. I don't like people making fun of things.
Yeah, I don't like people making fun, unless I'm also making fun of things, and then it's allowed.
I just don't get it, I guess.
It's just a really fun little puzzle games.
Like they're fine, but they're so, people are obsessed with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is the magic of the world that they create too. It is very, very unique. The style in which the games are created and the ways that they make their puzzles. In most cases, you don't see that anywhere else. It's a unique experience for sure. You don't see anyone playing with the actual passage of time. If we're talking about Majora's Mask and
that was in depth for its time.
Yeah, it's totally out of this world.
I don't even think I played that one.
Yeah.
By far and away my favorite one. But also I think that what it is just how simply brilliant it was. It's so simple. You're a kid exploring a world, right? Yes, there's extenuating circumstances. There's this big evil thing, but for the most part,
Ganondorf.
But for the most part, you can go
the evil wizard
and ignore that and forget that for a while. And they put so much flavor and little things into the games, that little side quests, little things that you can go look at and do, and everything is just placed in a way that you could go almost find something new every time. I spent hours and hours and hours on Majora's Mask. And
by the time it got to the N64 games, they got super good at putting in all these tiny little details, the things that you never find on your first playthrough, and it makes the experience of the game in the first place, obviously it's super good, but then playing through again, you find little things like that, and it helps you reconnect with the game and connect further, and you get all these crazy little experiences, and it's charming. A lot of the stuff that they do, and you start to see that with I think the Link to the Past is really where it started to do that.
Yeah, I would agree.
You find a couple of characters that say one random one-off line. You're makes you think about it.
Start looking into it.
Yeah, and that's just, you didn't see that in games. Everything else was Mario, I'm gonna go jump on a Goomba's head and eventually save the princess.
Yeah, and there was little extra secrets in those games, if you jump here, you'll get an extra life. But it wasn't a complete story off on its own.
And it didn't make you think. The Zelda game actually makes you think about it. Okay, he said this. What does that mean? What could this, what could that lead to? And Mario was is that a hole? I'm gonna jump in that hole.
I'm jumping in that hole.
I think one of my favorite little side quests from that was in Majora's Mask, when Lon Lon Ranch gets invaded by aliens.
Yep.
That was so good. And you had to go back there all 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it took you to the end of the third day to complete that whole story. So it was interesting. And once you talked to, what is her name?
I can't remember.
The little girl.
Billy.
Yeah. You talk to the little girl and she'd tell you like, oh, weird things happen around here at night. And it just made you like, what weird things?
And then alien invasion. It's like, what the fuck?
I know you guys are remembering it very fondly. That sounds incredibly stupid.
It was kind of stupid, but I loved it.
That sounds so
on
dumb.
top of that, you cannot top the music in the Zelda series. That is such good music. Final
It's
Fantasy
iconic
would be
beyond
close,
words.
Final Fantasy would be
you
a
can't
close.
top it. Final Fantasy can fucking
That's
top
true.
it.
That's true.
No,
Final Fantasy can top it.
I
for
disagree.
Sure.
You're fucking. You haven't even played the games, and you have CTE, so you can't even remember what it sounds like.
I've
Look
played
at
a
you
few
being dumb.
of the Zeldas.
I'm shitting all over you.
Oh, geez, Trav, let him talk.
Poopy.
I played
No.
Ocarina of Time.
You can't even say it right because you can't remember.
I don't
it's
know
not a
if
flute.
it's Ocarina or Ocarina. I know
It's been both ways. It doesn't really matter.
It's an Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
But
I'm
you play your
verbally
stupid little
vomiting on
flute
you.
and you do stupid things and it's dumb and I hate it and it's
Your
dumb.
face is
I don't
dumb.
actually hate
Look
it.
how
It's a fine game.
stupid you look right now. I'm zooming in on your face, and because I'm editing things. Look how stupid.
I'm editing this.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the Wind Waker one.
Oh, Wind Waker was great.
That one was fun.
I remember, and you don't remember this because you have CTE.
I remember
about
that you
this.
don't remember.
He's talked about this every single episode, I feel like. We
I
don't
don't
need
think
to
I've
go
ever
over
talked
it
about
again.
it on an episode.
Yes,
I've talked
you
about it
have.
with you. No.
I don't
Yes,
know
you
what he's
have.
talking about, actually.
The
Aaron
stupid
doesn't know what I was talking about.
strategy
Aaron-
guide thing that I don't remember. We've talked about it on the podcast before.
I don't think we have.
I believe you, but I don't remember.
It's really not important enough to bring back up.
Okay.
No, Cody
Anyways.
ruined the story because he's being a dick.
Well, it's because you say the same things every time.
Well, if
That's
you hadn't
Travis,
given me
though.
CTE,
That is
maybe I'd
Travis.
remember.
He's a man who likes to
He
say his
is.
stories.
He is.
And then he likes to say them again.
But do you honestly believe that the music in that game is better than the Final Fantasy series?
Far and away.
Because you're stupid. Far
No.
and away. Listen to his dumb face.
By
Flap.
far. And this is the thing. I played 7, I played 9, I played a lot of the Final Fantasy series. And the only intro, or the only song that I can really remember is like the start screen one.
Well,
The arpeggios?
you didn't
Yeah.
play it enough then.
Right, seriously.
I guess, because I fucking love the music.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
because the music in Legend of Zelda sticks out more to me because I'm smarter than you.
smarter?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So what the comparison I was just about to make was
Aaron,
Zelda has music.
What you have to do with Cody is when you get to a point where you just simply disagree and there's no actual proof to which is better, you have to start attacking
That's
his
how he
personality and
argues.
him as a person, right? Fuck the
so
argument.
be the
You just-
internet.
Yes.
Yeah, he bees Twitter is what he does. What were you going to say, Aaron? Because I feel like it was going to make sense.
What I was going to say is Zelda has a tendency to do a lot of repetitious and very catchy melodies, which is why they stick out a lot more. And Final Fantasy has a tendency to do a lot more complicated, more moody things.
Yeah.
So that's like things like Aerith's theme,
Yeah.
like that's something that really sticks out. And then Sephiroth's theme is like
When you
incredible.
hear the music, you think of a specific part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I hear Zelda music and it's like, oh, Zelda.
Yeah, and
stuff.
it just plays endlessly forever.
Yeah.
It makes it super repetitive, super catchy. It's like pop music, you know?
I feel
it
like
doesn't make
that
it
you
bad.
guys are simplifying certain things because there are songs that make me think of certain part of the games, like Bolero of Fire
Sure.
makes me think of the Fire Temple. Fucking the Lost Woods
Song of
theme song.
Storms.
Song of Storms, that makes me think about the fucking windmill specifically. So and they do tend to be more
They do do the
simplistic. I agree with that though.
Well, yeah,
but
they
I
totally
would
are.
argue that the reason Cody doesn't like it more is because he's a racist.
Fucking
All right. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that, I
Right?
guess.
Yeah, sure.
What do I do?
Sure.
No, you
Let's go.
can't.
We'll go straight to
It's
that.
because he's a racist.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. Why not?
Oh,
Fuck it.
man.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like in my head, the music from Zelda just, like you said, it doesn't stick out to me. It kind of feels like Mario music or Sonic music. Like it's kind of all the same ish.
It's It's all very, very, very catchy.
Plays all the time, and it's kind of the same thing. And then the zone changes. Like for Sonic, I was a Sonic guy.
Yeah.
The zone changes, and the music
Zone.
changes a little bit, but it's still kind of the same thing.
Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
I can't say that. I can't say that all the songs in Zelda are like the same thing. I can't even begin to say that.
They just sound similar, like so similar that I don't care.
Cody, your brain's so fucked that every time you see a watch, you think it's the same one.
I mean, yeah.
This is how he argues. He just insults me.
Right. Of course.
I was trying to use like an actual, reason for why I think the way I think.
You don't need reasons.
I guess not.
No.
Your reasons are invalid.
Just
Fuck
need
you.
to get angry.
Were you guys Mario boys or Sonic boys? I was a Sonic boy.
I never had a Sega, so I'd have to be a Mario boy.
Oh, what a dumb loser you are, you stupid dummy with a stupid cat shirt looking dumb.
I think.
How's it feel, Travis?
Oh, I don't like that. I like my cat shirt.
I was honestly pretty much even. I played Sonic just as much as I played Mario.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I had both consoles and I enjoyed them both a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were a rich boy. Yeah, you could have more than one console.
Right.
The first console I ever owned was, and it wasn't even mine, it was Rick's. It was the 64. And up until that point, all the games that I had ever played were only ever at my grandma Nikki's, who lived in Idaho, and I played on her her Nintendo. Excuse me, it was just a Nintendo.
I think all of our grandmas had Nintendos.
Yeah,
my grandma had a Nintendo as well.
My grandma was dead.
Oh,
she might have had a Nintendo at one point, but I don't know.
she was dead. She was always dead. It's great.
When I was growing up, she was already dead. Right. Is what I'm saying.
Pretty much all of my grandparents were dead as well.
Fair. Yeah.
But when I was like 7 or 9 or something, I have a very clear memory of my grandma on my mom's side being a fucking badass at Dr. Mario.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she could literally get to the aliens in like 20 minutes.
God damn. I sucked at Dr. Mario.
I was terrible at Dr. Mario. It just added another level of complexity that was Tetris, It
was like simple Tetris though, because it
was simple Tetris, but it was.
You had to match up colors.
The Sonic version of that?
No.
What's that?
The Sonic Tetris game.
Sonic Tetris?
It's kind of like Dr. Mario, where it had like the different color thingies.
I never saw that.
It was like Dr. Robotnik's something Tetris-y thing. I think that was the title.
Dude, I liked Sonic Spinball was my jam.
Oh, that was fun.
Fuck, such a good game.
That was fun. I think I've played like every Sonic until they started making the ridiculous like 3D ones. And then I was out on those.
Yeah. What was it? Everyone refers to it as like Sonic 2007 or something like that. But it's the one that was on 360. Oh,
the one that's like the worst game of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen clips from it. I've never played it, obviously, but oh my God.
It's rough.
I've never watched it. I've never seen it, but I've heard that's the like worstest ever.
Just watch the cutscenes, dude. The cutscenes are so fucking ridiculous.
Real bad, yeah.
And like the weird fucking like romance between Sonic and the chick is like the weirdest thing. It's like disproportionately awkward in every possible way.
It's a very strange game. Very strange. When they started going that way with Sonic, like trying to give depth to the character. I know. Like, what are you doing? He's a hedgehog that rolls around and fucking it collects rings.
Know your limits, like, man.
Not everything has to have depth.
Right.
Cody hates that. Cody hates games
said,
with false depth.
I do. I fucking hate it.
Shouldn't everyone?
Yes, because just be what you are.
Yeah.
I'm a wrestling fan. I get that it's the dumbest fucking thing in the world, and I love it. You don't have to add depth and make Sonic like this dramatic figure. He's fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. Make him roll around.
Cody hates Little Nightmares. Hates it. Worst game ever for Cody.
Is he trying to plug himself?
He is plugging himself, because I did not say I hated it. I disliked the game.
You disliked the game, but what was it? Lisa was another one I played that you
Oh,
didn't
I
like.
fucking hate that one.
I never saw that.
It's just these stupid indie horror games. I don't even know what Little Nightmares is. I don't know if
Lisa
that's indie
wasn't
or not.
It's indie, but Lisa wasn't even really a horror game. It was just bizarre.
Well, it's usually what I'm saying is I'm making a general statement. Usually, indie horror games are usually the ones that have no story, but act like they have a super deep story. And they just don't. And then they usually just end in some way that makes some idiots that play the game go, oh my God, that was so interesting and creative and unique. And really, nothing happened. And they didn't do anything because they didn't actually write a story. They just put a bunch of things together. And it's stupid. And I hate fake depth. So yeah, don't do it with Sonic.
And that's the thing. I can't give that conclusion to Little Nightmares yet.
Well, I saw the first one and it kind of did that.
The first one did, and that's the
so
thing.
I'm
is like
assuming the second one's gonna do it too.
You're probably not wrong.
Because I'm getting a lot of prequel-y vibes.
Yeah, so it's gonna end where the first one starts.
Yeah. So, but hopefully it will answer questions that the first one didn't.
It's creating more questions. It's Little Nightmares is the Roddy Piper of video games. Just when you think you have the answers, it changes the question.
Yeah.
All right. And anybody that likes wrestling gets that reference and they love that. So there.
Like my joke.
Yes,
I'm not gonna
Trust
pass
me, that
judgment.
was a good one.
I'm not gonna pass judgment until it's done. You know?
You just pass gas.
But what I will say for the game in its good parts is the gameplay's fun. I really like playing it. And the ambiance is spoopy.
Ambiance.
That has turned into such a gamer word now. Like when a game isn't actually good and doesn't have a lot going for it.
It's just got a lot of ambience.
Yeah, the ambiance is so good.
It feels good. I just like the way I like existing in this world of this ambient world of darkness.
But it doesn't. Don't games have to have like some decent ambience to be good?
They do, but people use it to like defend a game. Like, well, I mean, the story wasn't really there, but man, the ambiance is fucking great. Like,
I can't tell you if the story's there or not because I'm not done with the story.
Well, I've seen you play for like 2.5 hours, and there's not a lot of story happening.
But there's a lot of ambience.
There is a lot.
A lot of dark ambience. It helps you feel immersed in this world, this ambient, dark world.
I'm gonna agree with Cody on that. There's not a whole lot of story other than you figure out that the character from the first game is in this game. That's it.
But that's not
spoilers.
And that
this game's been out since last year. Fuck off.
And that's not story. Just that you see a character from the first game. That's not story. Yeah. That's just another thing they put in there.
Yep.
And people are going to be like, oh, but that's the fucking kid from the... Oh, that's so deep. No, it's not. They just put a thing in there.
Yep.
They gave him a coat. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Oh, he's coat man now.
They gave him the fucking raincoat and everybody fucking shits their pants and jerks off in it. Sorry.
Wow.
You're an overly negative person. You're very negative.
Milk and coffee.
I'm afraid that...
I don't get that reference.
Oh no, I unplugged myself. What happened? From up here?
Yeah. Probably.
Oh god, that was...
I don't get the reference.
I'm afraid that games are just going to a place where they're just going to be that all the time.
I don't think so.
I'm not going to get into good stories.
It's always going to be
single
like the
player
kids are all right.
Games,
have been. There's always going to be weird shit out there, but there's also going to be good stuff.
But even like games I used to really love, looking forward to and shit, like Resident Evil Village, the story sucked.
Okay, let me tell you something.
I disagree with you.
That was Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, it was.
Think about that for a second.
They're out of ideas.
Yeah.
I disagree with you. I like the story. Cody's just a negative dickhead.
The story sucked.
What about it sucked?
A lot of it. We have 1 minute left. We do not have time for me to get into what I do about that.
You better hurry.
30 seconds, go.
I didn't care for the story.
Well, I think you're wrong.
That's all I'll say.
Cody's a negative person.
My opinion's wrong.
Yeah, it's just... It's the internet. Travis is the internet now.
He really is.
He's like, I, in my personal opinion, didn't like the story. And Travis is like, you're wrong.
Because I've been disappointed by
Congrats.
a lot of games lately. Like Resident Evil disappointed me. Fucking Kingdom Hearts fucking took my heart out and stepped on it. Shit on it. Put it back in. Fucking... What's wrong? Yeah, he's eating again.
Oh, I forgot.
He's a stupid idiot.
I'm
like,
sorry.
I just feel like there hasn't been a game that really has hit me lately.
Yeah.
You know, on the subject of
fucking
Kingdom Hearts,
Far
though,
Cry
Yeah.
story sucked.
Wait, which
Far
one?
Cry
never played
5.
Far Cry.
Oh, I kind of enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it until the conclusion,
Oh,
and that was such a stupid way to end the fucking story.
yes. I agree with you there.
It was so bad, and it just ruins the whole experience if you
Yeah.
have a bad ending, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
can see that.
But a little note on Kingdom Hearts real quick. One of my friends that agreed with us really heavily actually played the game recently because they did a big update to it, I guess, and they took out a lot of the cutscenes and stuff like that and made the combat better. You know how like you'd fly around the room and like push one button and just kill everything?
Mm-hmm.
They took all that shit out. And like completely redid it. So I'm not
I don't
curious
think
enough
that's going
to
to make it any better.
Yeah, I'm not curious
Maybe.
enough to try
Maybe
to
not.
try it again, but maybe it's more different. I don't
Did
know.
they add any content where you actually get to play?
Yes, that's what Timmy said. Any which
There
way.
wasn't a lot to play.
No, it was like you play for 10 seconds and then watch a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Timmy said that they made it a lot more like a game.
Well,
What?
that's interesting.
You want a game? Why would you want a game?
I will never play it again, so it doesn't matter
Right.
what they've done to it.
Yeah, I think it just ruined the experience for me, and I was just so disappointed. I don't think
I
I'm gonna try it
had
again.
to, when I finished that game, I stayed up until like 3 a.m. to finish it because I knew if I stopped playing, I just would never
You'd
pick it up
never
again.
Finish it, yeah.
And I wanted to finish it just because.
Mm.
So I will never touch that game again. And
So-
once I finished it, I was mad at myself for staying up that late to finish it.
Here's the question, though: would either of you play a fourth part?
No.
Probably not.
Skill
Not
for
judging off of that, no. And
It
they've
ruined
made
it.
And they've made the story so convoluted that it just
Oh my God,
isn't
it's so
interesting.
bad.
It was
anymore.
convoluted by 2, though.
That's what I was going to say. By 2,
But
it was getting
you
bad.
could you could follow along still.
This
with
one got worse.
Some effort. This one made it to where it's like I don't know what's going
Like
on.
you have to do a scientific research paper trying to
Halfway
unveil the mystery.
Halfway through the fucking game, as I'm sitting there watching my 58th hour-long cutscene, I just gave up trying to understand what's happening, and every cutscene, I would just go to my phone and watch YouTube.
Oh look, Sora's talking to Goofy. Cool.
Because it
and
just
I feel
got
like
so
the
convoluted.
acting was really bad. I'm sorry. I feel like the voice acting was terrible in this one, and
It
I don't
wasn't
know.
good.
I don't know if that's just me because I'm older now, and they tried to make it similar to the
It
first
was
couple.
never particularly good.
Yeah, I don't think the voice acting was great in the early ones, but it was not good in this one. I know that much.
Yeah.
This one, it was really bad in my mind. It
Well,
stuck
part of the problem
out.
is waiting. What did we wait? 48 years? Something like that? For
It was
this
like
game?
10 years. It was like 10 years.
You wait that long for a game. It's got to be really good.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. Everybody waited so long for that game, but it lived up to everybody's expectations because that game is really fucking good.
Plus, Rockstar polishes the piss out of their games.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. That's
Take
why.
a note,
you know,
Bethesda.
that's why Grand Theft Auto 5 is still selling
Oh my God. It's
from
still,
2013.
That's because they've started doing with what Bethesda did and put it on everything. You can play it on your refrigerator. You can play it on your shoe. You can play it at the
Well, they've
gym on
made the online
treadmill.
experience for the people that like that kind of thing.
Guys.
Really nice.
That's a gimmick.
What?
We quit the podcast and we make a video game gym. You play video games while you're on a treadmill.
You know,
built
there's
right
a
in.
million things like that already.
No,
that
we're
are
going
like
to be
fitness
millionaires.
games.
Millionaires. This is copyrighted, everybody. If you steal my idea, you have to give me 150%. Looking at you, Johnny D.
Okay. And
Math.
I think on that note,
Yeah.
Bernie
no,
Sanders is
definitely.
also an investor.
there we
He
go.
told me so. He told me that this was a wise investment and to put all your money into video game gyms. He also told me that she beverages were the next big thing.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Okay. So
You should.
if you like that,
controls
which
she
I have no idea
beverages
why you
says
would.
that all you have to do is give him $500.
I hope you like this video.
and you'll get a share. And with that
hit
share,
hit the like
you'll have a
button
$500
and whatnot,
share of she
or the
beverage.
dislike button.
I don't know where
apparently
you
it
get the
doesn't
share.
matter.
I don't know what it looks
Any
like, 'cause there's
engagement
no
is good
electronic
engagement. So
proof
just
that you actually
hit
get a
whatever you
share.
want.
You
Comment
might
if
just
you want
have
us to talk
a piece
about
of paper
something
that
else
says,
that
"I
you
have a
like
share."
or don't like, because
But
we
don't
might
lose a piece of paper,
like it
because
or
if you
not
lose a
like
piece of
it.
paper,
Whatever.
how
you
much you
don't
hate
have a
Zelda.
share anymore.
Tell us if
No,
your
and
face
then Bernie
is
Sanders
currently
says
on
Cody's a
fire.
dick.
We'd like to know.
Should die in a fire.
Legitimately.
We won't do
Are you
anything about
okay?
Put him
it.
in a big
You know?
old fire. Have a bonfire of Cody
I'll bring you a
death.
cup of water.
And then you'll have a
I
she
will.
beverage share,
I
which
won't.
you
And
could put, coincidentally
rate
put
5
in
stars
the fire,
in
and
all the
it'll be worth
places that
as
you
much
can't,
as if you
or
didn't.
maybe you can.
I think maybe
And
you can.
you
Maybe
might be able to, but
and
don't
you
rate 5
guys
stars
have
for Cody
yourself
'cause he
an
sucks.
amazing day.
A big stupid
and
boy.
we will see you
A
in the
giant
next one.
stupid boy that Bernie doesn't
Goodbye.
like anymore.
Bye.
Bye bye.